I'm Dannie Strable, co-founder of RackHouse Whiskey Club. With my whiskey ambassador and partner in crime, Brad Nagel. We recently traveled to Carroll, Iowa, to the Iowa Legendary Rye distillery. And there's a bottle right there. I mean, Brad, when we first showed up there, we went to a farm, and we quickly found out there was a lot of secrets hidden in the cornfield, in the corn crib, the chicken coop, the house, and it's all right there in front of you. To see the house where the cook lived 6 days out of the week. He worked at night, slept during the day. Just to put yourself back in time was kind of a really cool experience. And Heath was really, really knowledgeable about the history and about his grandmother and everything, because she just passed away not too long ago. But she held on to the secret for 90 years, which is quite amazing.
What makes this story interesting is it was someone's grandma, a female out there who was a major bootlegger in Carroll County, Iowa. So that was the most, hearing that story was the most fascinating part for me.
And this is the original recipe that Grandma made. This is Grandma's recipe. And is there anything better than Grandma's recipe with anything? I mean, come on. When we walked in there, he said it's going to smell like baked buttered bread.
It did.
And it actually did. No joke. This is not for promotional reasons. This is actually true. It smelled like baked bread when you walked in there. What's interesting is how it's made is, which we don't understand since it's a patent pending process, but they have a method that they use that supposedly it's hangover proof. Brad and I, we got to have a few drinks when we were there, and I remember Heath saying, in a few hours you'll feel completely clear-headed. I guarantee it. You won't feel cloudy after a buzz, and he's right. It actually did happen. I've never felt that before in my life, and so I don't know how they do it, and it's a very clear feeling. It's a very good to the palate, and a little bit of a vanilla, and I thought, well, maybe it smells that way, but does it really taste that way? It does. It's like your typical grandma's recipe, like you would bake cookies. How many things have grandma's recipe in it? And the fact that she's a bootlegger and smoked some cigs and had to, feed her family and get by in the Great Depression. Yeah, absolutely. She's got, it's a heck of a story, and how she had to make it happen that she never got caught. Grandma knew this before there was ever even science to look into all this of how it was working, and she somehow figured it out, which is incredible,
And they're using that same recipe today.
The same process, same recipe, everything. Yeah, it's kind of sweet. Brad, I had a great time going to Iowa Legendary Rye to meet Heath and Whiskey Rich and Lisa, and hear the story about Heath's grandma and Grandma's recipe behind the white rye.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. It was like I was tasting history. And, everyone has a story, and every whiskey has a story. Subscribe to RackHouse Whiskey Club.